Final Space might just be the best show on television right now. Let me explain. What's up guys, it's Nemo, and yes, I just saw the Season 2 premiere of Final Space. A cartoon that I have to be honest has been mostly slept on. It definitely has its fans, and I'm glad it was renewed for a second season because it definitely deserved it, but I feel like not a lot of people recognize how good the show was. It faced some criticism when it came out, but it still had an incredible story, great characters, and an incredible overarching plot. Moments of highs and lows, Final Space stood out as an epic, not just some adult animated cartoon a la Family Guy. And as I mentioned before, it wasn't a perfect show by any means. What show is? Besides Zeke and Luther, that was just the pinnacle. I was super curious to see how they would take Season 2 with the cliffhanger direction they ended on in Season 1, with Gary losing the Earth and Quinn, and possibly dying. We didn't really know. Again, cliffhanger. And when I tell you, my expectations were met and exceeded by this premiere. Oh! Mama's got a pie in the kitchen, baby, cause this was a really good premiere. This is an incredible start for a season. Not only does Final Space feel like it's the most entertaining and interesting it's ever been, they quite literally improved on everything that wasn't so good about Season 1, and then still made it even better than that. I know what you're thinking, Nemo, you seem obsessed, and maybe it's because Olin Rogers is a dreamboat and I'm in love with him. But no, I genuinely mean it. This show should be on your radar if it's not. If you're not watching Final Space, I see you. Start watching it right now because goddamn it, did they earn your viewership with this season premiere. Let me break it down. Season 2 picks off right where Season 1 left off, with Gary floating through space after losing the Earth and Mooncake and Quinn, and ooh, it was bad. That light we saw at the end of Season 1 turned out to be a garbage ship that picks him up and takes him to a garbage planet, owned by the character Clarence from Season 1, the guy that sold stuff. We meet Clarence again, who informs Gary quite politely that he is his property now, and we see Gary reunite with all of his old friends. Little Kato. Hugh's back, I forgot to mention. He's in a robot body now, which leads to just endless humor. Even Kevin comes back, much to Gary's dismay. And we're introduced to Clarence's two adopted children, Fox and Ash. Fox is this big emotional brute with a machine gun hand, and Ash is an unhinged psychic alien girl. Quite the family. But let me talk about this for a second, because Final Space Season 2 already feels like an entirely different show, and with that, it seems like they have an entirely different cast. The introduction of Clarence and his two kids not only adds to the show and makes it better, but almost transforms it into a different show entirely. And I'll expand on that a little later in the recap. We then see this clip of badass future Quinn killing Lord Commander point blank, which I love this! This was such a good way of doing it. The villain like won, but then he ended up losing to himself, and there wasn't some big epic showdown where he died in a dramatic way. Nah, dude, homie was just in a bad place and he got wrecked by Quinn. And that's the way to do it. And thankfully, future Quinn rescues Mooncake, the adorable alien and main focus of Season 1, who could destroy planets, I guess, you know. That's just how it goes. Back to our heroes on the trash planet. Clarence promises Gary and the gang that he will free them and even give him access to a ship of their own if they help him reclaim this ancient cube alien artifact thing. And it's definitely not the Tesseract. Don't think about it. Gary agrees under these seemingly too good to be true terms. The hard part is the only way to reclaim it is by entering this giant space race and stealing it off of a competing ship, whose pilot is a total Chad. Not as easy as it seems. So the race is on, and I just have to say, I already love how Season 1 is doing more like interesting sci-fi plots. It's really taking advantage of the universe and it's putting the characters in interesting situations. Season 1 felt more like it was like this ongoing story where every episode from beginning to end was just a stop on this journey. But already in Season 2, it feels like every episode is sort of its own unique story with an original unique sci-fi idea in the center of it and then storyline stuff happening around it. It's just great storytelling. There's an incredible action sequence and they hop into like this falling dimensional rift thing that spaceships can do, I guess, because it's sci-fi. That looks really cool. And they end up reclaiming the artifact. Ta-da! Gary reunites with Mooncake in a beautiful scene that had me tearing up a little bit. And just when you think all is well, Clarence reveals in the most dickish way possible that Gary didn't read the fine print in their agreement and that he is not freeing them. Oh, Gary, you know the first rule of space, never make deals with short people. I think Washington said that or something. Just when Clarence thinks he has the upper hand and our characters think they're screwed, the cube transforms into the Titan from Season 1. The one who was like locked in that giant cube thing that looks so dope. He warns Gary that the darkest is yet to come and the only way to save the universe is to free him. Doing so, he needs to collect these 5 key artifacts that have the power to free him from his cage. And that's about all he gives him before disappearing again, sending Gary and his newfound crew on a mission across the galaxy to save the galaxy. Oh, and also Quinn. Gary wasn't really on board until he found that out. I know the idea of the whole find the X magical things is kind of a trope, but even Marvel did it. Even Marvel did it. What a great setup for a season. And that's what I mean when I say this feels like a whole new show. We have a whole new cast, new dynamics, and a new goal or set of goals for them to achieve. It already feels more more organized than season 1, and I'm definitely way more curious and interested than I remember feeling at the beginning of season 1. Again, not that season 1 was bad by any means, but guys, I'm just trying to make a point here. They upped the ante for this season. They raised it from a great show to a god tier show. I keep using season 1 as reference to show just how much better it got, not to show that season 1 was bad by any means. And the fact that they're willing to listen to criticism and actually put it into effect to make something better makes this like the most respectable television crew I've ever seen. Literally, the recap opens with Gary acknowledging that people on Reddit thought he was annoying. Owen Rogers is really good at listening to fan feedback and taking criticism in the best way possible. Any creator could just get mad that somebody was talking bad about their work, but he decided to listen, and in turn, the show got so much better. And I think people are way too hard on shows in the very beginning, because the first couple of seasons should always be for finding its footing. In a world where things move so fast, things are quick to get canceled or pushed aside when they're not immediately amazing. But a show like Steven Universe took 100 episodes before anything story heavy happened. You have to give a show time to figure out what it is and to get better. And guys, Final Space got a lot better, and it definitely knows what it is. Season 2 already is hilarious. Its characters are likable and they feel real. The animation looks better. I don't know if they got a new studio or something, but I mean, it's just everything. A lot of complaints came around Gary as a character. People thought he was annoying, and in season 2 he's so much more likable. I think it boils down to just toning him down a little bit and making him a little more serious, and also we stopped doing that whole yelling thing. But I mean this when they say I literally have no criticisms for season 2. I think it's off to an incredible start, and I just can't wait to see the other episodes, and I can't wait for them to premiere and for other people to watch them. Final Space definitely deserves your attention, and they've earned it at this point. Okay, they listen to y'all complain. They just have a good show now, and you should definitely give it a watch if you haven't. But still, as always, that's just my opinion, and I want to know what you guys think. Did you see season 2? Have you seen any of Final Space? Do you like it? Do you not? Let us know in those comments down below. Tweet to me at @SnodgRas or the channel at Roundtable Vids. If you want to consider helping out the Roundtable, you can support us on Patreon or become a member of the channel and get exclusive access to scripts and avatars. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Guys, I'm Nemo. This is a cartoon review, and I'll see you next time. Peace.